Hi, I'm Jeremy Kinney. Today I'm going to show you something very exciting. Whether you like chocolate or not, it's a really big day for you because I'm going to show you the best chocolate ever. Right here I've got Sacred Chocolate, and this was made by a company that was co-founded by David Wolfe. If you don't know about David Wolfe, I highly recommend you looking him up because he's really good, and he was actually one of the pioneers that brought raw chocolate into people's consciousness. Not only that, but actually the ancient word cacao, which is the tropical tree that all chocolate comes from. So it's really interesting that cacao is so widely eaten, yet very little known, at least here in the US. Very few people know what cacao is or where chocolate comes from. So it's a really big thing to bring that into the consciousness, and he's actually bringing the real word cacao as opposed to the botched version, for lack of a better term, which is cocoa. So actually cocoa butter comes from cacao, just missaid. And yeah, it's the fat that comes from the nut of chocolate, which is cacao. It actually comes in a little nut. And what Sacred Chocolate is the highest quality raw chocolate available. There's a lot of amazing information out there on chocolate, and David Wolfe has covered it very well in some of his lectures and in his book, Naked Chocolate. So I won't cover a lot here, but I will tell you a few interesting facts because it just blows me away how much that we don't know about chocolate, and yet so many of us love it. It's one of everyone's favorite food, you know. So for example, that chocolate is so chemically complex that all chocolate actually has to come from cacao. It's not synthetically made. So all chocolate has at least some cacao in it. And in David Wolfe's book, Superfoods, he lists his top 10 or 15 best foods from all over the world, and cacao ranks amongst highest on his list. And basically says that research shows that the more chocolate that you eat, the less your chances are of dying from anything. So it's really good for your heart, which is why it's shaped as a heart, which is also interesting because for Valentine's Day, you know, we think of the heart, love, chocolate. And one of the reasons why it's probably so good for the heart is because it's a really good source of magnesium, and magnesium is good for your heart. So, you know, we give out the hearts with the chocolate in it for Valentine's Day, and it's good for your heart. Who would have known? So that's another interesting fact. But again, look into this. I really, really think that you'll enjoy hearing a lot of the magic and the mystery behind cacao. But I'm just going to focus on this particular chocolate because I really believe this is the best chocolate, and it tastes really good too. So a lot of times you think of diets and you think, oh, well, if I'm going to eat healthy, I can't have my chocolate. I don't want to give up this, you know. Now you get to have the best of both worlds. You get to have your cake and eat it too, so to speak. So you get to have your chocolate bar, but not feel like you are eating something bad. In fact, I actually feel like I'm eating something good because all of the ingredients in the Sacred Chocolate bars are very high quality ingredients. So for example, one of the things they do is they don't heat the chocolate up past a certain point. So that's one of the foundations of raw food, is not heating it past 115, 120 degrees. So they do their best to not heat the chocolate up past that point. What they found is that most of the love chemicals, basically the chemicals that have an antidepressant effect, that elevate your mood and just make you feel good, most of those are lost in the heating process, the processing of the chocolate that normal chocolate usually goes through. So by keeping this raw, you'll have most of those chemicals still present when you eat it. So if Regular chocolate is good enough that even though most of the feel-good stuff is destroyed when it's made, if regular chocolate can have that big of an impact on everyone, imagine what raw chocolate can do. Now, as you see, I'm really excited. We have a lot of different kinds. You can tell from the different colors. They have a big assortment, so no matter what kind of chocolate you like, you're probably gonna find one that you like. And I'm not a big dark chocolate eater. I just never was, even though it's better for you to eat more dark chocolate because that means it has a higher cacao content. And now, thankfully, because David Wolf has been really putting this out there, you'll see a lot of times on the chocolate bars the percent of cacao, which is really cool. But, so some of them I don't like, and I tried them and I didn't like, but now over time I do like, or I like more. So you kind of have to feel your way around, but the good news is there are so many different types that there's probably going to be one that's good for you. So I'll go through some of these different ones. For example, this is the Cocoa Nibby. This is the Twilight. And this is Goji Nibby. Goji is from the goji berry, which is one of the other superfoods that David Wolf mentions in his book. Really, really healthy for you. So, they introduce a bunch of different superfoods within the chocolate, and the chocolate itself is a superfood. So it's superfoods within superfoods, plus they have herbs. We're going to get there in just a second. This is the milk chocolate, but it's MYLK, so it is dairy-free. So if you're like me and you like milk chocolate, but you want a vegan milk, then this is a great alternative because it's not as dark as the other one. This is actually one of the favorite ones, one of my most favorite ones. It depends on which mood I'm in. But I'm going to show you which one is my absolute favorite chocolate bar. This is the White Passion. Basically, it's white chocolate. Now, I'm already kind of a fan of white chocolate. It's hit or miss. Sometimes I don't like it, but this is the best white chocolate I've ever had. We all love it. Whenever we buy them, we buy more of these than anything else, and as you can see, there's only one left. And the only reason why there's one left is because I saved it for this video. Otherwise, this one would have been gone a long time ago. Absolutely amazing. I want to have one of these every single day. And I try to have as many as I can. Here soon, I'm going to get to the point where I can have one of these whenever I want. That's a goal of mine. They're so delicious. Eat them and you'll see. So this is a really interesting chocolate bar. This is called the Immuno Mushroom. And what they do is actually put medicinal mushrooms in here. So it's not even just one. So I'll go through some of the lists. Chaga, turkey tail, reishi, maitake, shiitake, cordyceps, agaricus. I mean, there's a couple more like lion's mane. There are a lot of different medicinal mushrooms in here. If you aren't familiar with medicinal mushrooms, I highly recommend looking them up, because they're absolutely wonderful for your immune system. They're great technology that has been around for thousands of years in medical systems like China and stuff like that. We're just now finding out a lot about this over in the US, but thousands of years of history, very highly regarded, and it's hard to get it in sometimes. If you're a normal person, you're like, well, how am I supposed to take that? Capsules? Yeah, but you can only take so many capsules in a day. So how you get medicinal mushrooms into your body? Well, chocolate is a great way because you don't even taste it. So you're getting to eat your delicious chocolate bar, but you're getting, the best thing for your immune system at the same time. And the chocolate actually helps deliver the mushrooms in as well. So this is a really powerful idea, allowing people to get medicine in, basically, at the same time they're eating junk food, what would normally be junk food. So like I said, it's the best of both worlds. And all of these are basically refined sugar free. They're not using refined cane sugar. So some of them are sweetened with inulin, which is from the Jerusalem artichoke. It actually doesn't feed the bad guys. So it acts as a prebiotic. So it feeds your good bacteria. So you get the taste of sweet, but you're not feeding the bad guys like sugar would. So that's also another way of getting the best of both worlds. You get a taste of sweetness, but without adding to your sugar intake. And this one is mint. And mint and chocolate have been eaten together for a very long time. It has a really good combination, so that's why even Hershey's knows that and makes mint chocolate chip bars. So this is basically their version of it. And the last one I'm going to show you today is called Sunsweet. As you'll see on it, it says diabetic friendly. That's because this is sweetened with inulin. So it is safe for diabetics, which is another great thing. If you're diabetic and you want a good, healthy type of chocolate bar that you can eat, this is probably going to be your best bet. All right, now just so you know, they do have other types of chocolate that I don't have here, and some of them are actually even more amazing than the ones I have here. For instance, they have a longevity bliss bar. They have a couple of them that are like these medicinal mushrooms, but they have even more esoteric, cutting-edge health supplements in the chocolate. So David Wolfe is bringing in the xanthohumol, and he's kind of at the forefront bringing this into the consciousness of the people, and it's a brand new discovery basically that he believes is going to be a really big thing. So you can get chocolate bars with the xanthohumol in it. You can get it with resveratrol in it. So there are a lot of different really cool, interesting chocolate bars. I urge you to go and check out Sacred Chocolate. I've got links, whether you're watching it in the YouTube video, the link will be below, or on the website. I'll have a way where you can go and check out the chocolate that they have, and also make sure that you just look more into the chocolate, because there's still a lot more of this wonderful food to be learned. So I encourage you to look into it. So go ahead and check it out. Try one. You'll definitely be glad that you did. If you don't like it, don't give up. Try one of the other ones, because they have all different types of flavors. So there's definitely a flavor for you. So eat yourself some chocolate and have yourself a great day.